Daniel quickly ran through the front door and slammed it shut behind him. Outside, the wind howled like a banshee as rain lashed against the windows of the old abandoned house. It was the middle of nowhere, really just an old abandoned shack. But for Daniel, it offered shelter from the storm. As he looked around the dusty rooms, he saw signs of life or death here in this forgotten place. And the longer he stared, the more he realized that he may not be alone. Hey there, I'm here with my own channel. This is my recreation of that story in under 7 minutes. Let's do this thing. We begin with a cinematic shot of the old abandoned house in the middle of nowhere. Rain pours down in sheets, and the wind whips across the barren trees in the background. The only light comes from the flashes of lightning, which reveal the boarded-up windows and crumbling front porch. The house looks menacing and foreboding, a true symbol of isolation and despair. Suddenly, a young man named Daniel bursts through the door and slams it shut behind him. He is soaked to the bone, his clothes clinging to his body. As he shakes himself off, we see that he is injured, his face pale and his breathing heavy. I think I found the perfect place to hide from the storm, Daniel said to himself, at least until the police arrived. We then pan away to a close-up of the front door as the wind and rain intensify. Lightning flashes illuminate the cracks in the walls and the broken windows. The sound of thunder rumbles in the distance. The camera now moves inside the house following Daniel as he cautiously explores the dusty rooms. Cobwebs hang from the ceiling and furniture is overturned and covered in dust. The silence is broken only by the sound of dripping water and the wind whistling through the cracks in the walls. Daniel stops in his tracks when he notices an old photo on the wall. It shows a family of 3, a man, a woman, and a young girl, all with their faces scratched out. He reaches out to touch it, his face etched with concern and intrigue. A sudden noise startles him, causing him to jump back. His eyes dart around the room, searching for the source of the commotion. As he listens intently, the sound of a music box playing a haunting melody drifts from another room. Daniel hesitates for a moment before slowly making his way towards the sound. The camera follows closely behind him, capturing the uneasiness on his face as he approaches the source of the music. We hear the cheerful tune growing louder with each step he takes. Daniel then pushes open the door and enters the next room. Inside, an old music box sits on a table, its melody echoing through the silent house. As he gets closer, the tune becomes clearer, more pronounced. The camera focuses on the music box as it plays, its cheerful melody juxtaposed against the dark and eerie setting. Intrigued and slightly unnerved by the unexpected sound, Daniel steps forward to investigate. As he reaches out to touch it, the camera zooms in on his face, capturing his mixed emotions of curiosity and fear. As if sensing his presence, the music box suddenly stops playing, leaving an eerie silence in its wake. Startled by the sudden change, Daniel pulls his hand back, his eyes wide with surprise. The quiet only amplifies his unease, making the absence of sound even more unsettling. He stands frozen for a moment, unsure of what to do next. Then he slowly backs away from the music box, his eyes darting around the room. Daniel begins to explore the rest of the house, each room filled with more dust and debris. He discovers an old photo album lying on the floor, its pages filled with images of the same family whose faces were scratched out in the other room. As he flips through the album, the camera captures close-ups of his uneasy expressions and the scratched-out faces. The discovery adds another layer of mystery to the house, and Daniel becomes more determined to uncover its secrets. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps breaks the silence. Daniel freezes, his heart pounding in his chest. He listens intently, trying to determine the source of the noise. The camera pans around the room, searching for the origin of the sound. The footsteps come again, echoing through the empty halls. Daniel's eyes widen in fear, as he realizes that he is not alone in the house. Determined to find the source of the noise, Daniel cautiously moves through the house, his senses on high alert. The camera follows closely, capturing his every move as he navigates the dark and dusty rooms. In the distance, he hears the footsteps once again, now closer than before. The sound of shattering glass makes him jump. He spins around to face the noise, his eyes searching for the source of the commotion. The camera zooms in on his panicked expression as he tries to make sense of what is happening. Suddenly, the floor beneath him gives way and Daniel falls through, landing in a heap on the ground below. Scrambling to his feet, he brushes himself off, his heart racing. The camera captures the disarray of the room, with debris and shadows cast in eerie shapes on the walls. Ignoring the pain in his leg, Daniel quickly moves away from the collapsed floor, fearing that whatever made the noise may be coming for him. He stumbles through the darkness, his eyes wide with terror. As he runs, the camera shakes with his movements, giving the viewer a sense of his frantic escape. Through the gaps in his vision, we see glimpses of shadowy figures lurking in the corners of the room. Daniel's breathing becomes heavier as he desperately tries to get away from whatever is chasing him. The sound of heavy footsteps pounds in his ears, driving him to move faster. With a final burst of energy, he manages to escape the collapsing house. As he runs, the camera shows quick glimpses of the pursuing entity, always remaining just out of sight. Safe at last, Daniel collapses on the ground outside the house, his body trembling with exhaustion and fear. The camera pans away from him, showing the dilapidated house silhouetted against the stormy sky. Lightning flashes illuminate the boarded-up windows and the crumbling front porch. The sound of thunder rumbles in the distance, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Suddenly, the door bursts open and a tall, faceless figure emerges. Its long fingers drag across the frame, leaving deep scratches in its wake. The camera zooms in on the figure as it takes a step out of the doorway. Its presence is both terrifying and mysterious, leaving the viewer to wonder about its origins and intentions. Daniel sits huddled in a corner, his body shaking uncontrollably. As he looks around, he sees the dark corners of the room seem to be moving. The camera pans slowly, revealing the subtle shifts in the shadows, creating a sense of unease and anticipation. With each passing moment, the atmosphere becomes more tense, building a sense of dread. Then he spots a pale hand reaching out from under a loose floorboard. Startled, he recoils, his eyes wide with terror. The camera zooms in on the hand as it emerges further from its hiding spot, sending shivers down our spines. As the hand continues to rise, Daniel's fear intensifies. Just then, a pale arm emerges, followed by a torso. With each movement, the suspense builds, keeping us on the edge of our seats. Daniel's breathing becomes shallow as the faceless figure slowly rises to its full height, blocking the only exit from the room. Trapped and helpless, Daniel's heart pounds in his chest. He looks around frantically, searching for a way out, but there seems to be none. The figure takes a step towards him, its presence looming larger. In the dim light, its features remain obscured, adding to its menacing aura. As the figure approaches, Daniel backs away, his movements restricted by the narrow space. The tension rises with each step the figure takes. Suddenly, the figure lunges, its long fingers reaching for Daniel. The camera zooms in on Daniel's terrified face as he screams in terror. With a loud scare chord, the screen cuts to black. On-screen text reads, "Some houses never let you leave." Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting for more content. Thanks. Bye.